and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go.
Welcome to Disabled Podcast. I'm your host, Eli, where we talk about sports, culture, and music. My co-host, Fredy.
What up, people? Where we display our superpowers as disabled individuals, disabled human beings, disabled, I don't want to say creatures. I mean, technically, we're organisms.
We're unique creatures.
No, we're organisms.
Okay, hit me with,
we're just organisms,
just
you know?
hit you with the big word. Hit me
know?
with the big word.
So, how was your week, bro? How we doing?
Week's
How's
been
life?
good. Week's been good. Still been hitting the gym a little bit. Y'all see me.
Hey.
We've been watching the MLB playoffs.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about football. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, and football. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I had a good weekend. Shout out my cousin Gustavo. He's a friend of the show. Clap it up for him.
Appreciate the love.
He came through from Florida, West Palm Beach area.
Nice.
He watches the show. He likes the new setup we got going on.
Nice. Appreciate it.
Shout out my other cousin Junior, his little brother, and his friend Tatiana. I promised him I was gonna give him a shout out, so that's why I'm shouting him out here.
Yeah, man.
And he likes the show, he supported the show.
So what it's all about?
And he's a big realtor in Florida.
Oh, okay.
So if you need a house, people in Florida, call my cousin.
Okay. I like it.
He told me to say that.
Florida's nice. All right. But let's get into the MLB playoff games, man.
Yes.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So the first game we had was the Rays versus the Guardians. That's a little weird to say because I'm so used to that.
Yeah, we're used to the other one.
Yeah, but the Guardians really put it on the Rays. They swept them.
Yeah, I mean, when both teams played really well.
And both games, it went so long. Like the second game was 15 innings. I was like, at this point.
Yeah, and the first game was the shortest game in NBA history. It's like 2 hours.
Wow.
That's how quick the pitching was, and people were saying it's a foreshadow of how it's gonna be next year with the time.
With the timing. Yeah.
So it went like super quick, and then it was ironic how the last game was 5, 6, 7 hours.
Right, and it just boils down to whoever has the best pitching is going to win the series.
Yeah, that's literally, pitching is a formula for success in baseball.
And I will give the Rays credit. They did put up a fight in the second game. In the first game, it was kind of got out of hand, but in the second game, they definitely put up a fight. And they tried their best. But I think by the time we got to like the 13th and 15th inning, it's just like whoever gets a big time
whoever
hit
just hits first
is going to win. And unfortunately, it was the Guardians. I think I took the Rays.
Yeah, I took the Rays too. I had friends in it.
It was going to be a easier matchup for the Yankees. But
yes.
I'm not really worried.
Both teams to me are pretty even.
Yeah.
Like the Rays probably lack in terms of a little bit of hitting.
Right.
But in terms of pitching, they're exactly the same. And the Rays don't really have a star per se, but they never.
They did though 2 years ago before they gave up all those pitches.
Yeah. But in terms of like on the offense side, they don't really have a star. The only star
they just play as a unit more. Like.
Yes, so they're more of like a unit, cohesive hitters. And last week I was confused when you said 2 out of 3. Because I forgot it was a new rule.
Right.
That's why I looked at you like, wait, isn't it a game?
This is more fair in the first round.
Fair.
It's way more fair because at least you still have another shot
you got a
to
shot.
tie it up.
And I was asking my dad why they don't do like we do basketball where like they travel like between games.
After 2 games.
Because I'm thinking in terms of like, the other city makes
that
money.
That would just drag it out, and then that would make it
It would have dragged it
out.
And then my dad was saying, it goes by the record. So, like, whoever has the best record out of 2 teams gets that advantage, the home court advantage. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. And then the fact that this is the first time ever they do the 2 out of 3, so it made it fair. So the second game, we have the Mariners and Blue Jays. I'm glad to see I got this one right.
I did 2, I believe. Yes, we both hit them.
Yeah, we both picked Seattle.
Because I didn't like. It's not that I didn't like Toronto. They don't give me that 2015 Davante vibe.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they do have hitters. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's their thing. They hit more than usual.
Right.
But their pitching is lacking. And like we said, like pitching really does win it here.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna hit, you gotta just score
now
constantly.
First game they lost a close one, but the second game they was up 8-1.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna go to game. I thought it was gonna go to game 3. No question at this point, because it was like in the 6th inning.
And to me, if it would have gone to game 3, I feel like the Blue Jays would have
probably pulled it out.
Yeah, they would have pulled it out.
And then all I remember is the bottom of the top of the 8th, the bases are loaded. It's 5-9, I believe. And so they had 2 outs, I believe so. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong. And it was a little blooper hit, and the 2 players collide, and it was one of those situations where it's like, somebody call out, move out my way so I can get the ball. But the way I can understand it, because the way the ball bounced, nobody was really going to get it. It was going to bounce right in between the 2. And then the third player coming over from the
third base line.
No, the left.
Left field. I got you.
Yes, he had to go around his 2 players that just collided, which got everybody at home.
Right.
And now it's 9, or it's 8-8.
They tied it, yeah.
It's tied 8-8.
And then you just lose all momentum from there.
Right.
I mean, and it's hard to hear. Remember, like, it's hard to hear in this atmosphere because everybody's screaming.
Right.
Like, so, like,
right.
It's not like basketball.
And everybody's thinking.
You actually hear the screams of the fans.
And the pitcher's thinking, if I get this next out, we can, now, we're up by 4, and we can seal the deal now.
Yeah, but the thing in baseball is pretty much all about momentum. Like, if people were saying, if the Mariners can cut the lead in half, they have a chance.
Right.
They have a chance because, baseball's not over to
it's over.
Out.
Yeah.
So, like, it could be 9th inning, like we saw in the Cardinals. We're going to get later into that.
Yeah.
And you could still win. So, I was shocked myself. I thought it was a wrap.
And I think that, that second loss for Toronto was a deflating one.
Yeah.
Because he was up 8-1. And once again, guys, I'm starting to believe in Seattle.
Yeah, no, I like Seattle. Like, they're young.
I'm starting to believe in Seattle.
They got Julio Rodriguez there, which I'm big on. He's been hitting today. He was second in the home run derby this year.
Oh, okay.
He went up against Juan Soto.
Soto, yes.
And he reminds me a lot of Ken Griffey Jr. In terms of, like...
Don't we always say that with every big time hitter?
No, well, it's the reminiscent because he plays for Seattle. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay. And then, like, he has the swag. Like, he doesn't wear, like, for the home run derby, he wasn't wearing a hat.
Right,
like, you know what I mean? He has that, like, young swag.
Yeah.
And then the body build is pretty much similar.
I feel.
And he's only 19.
Yeah, he's
or
young.
20,
he's
something
young.
like that.
He's young.
So I do like it. I like their pitching. Their pitching could be better, but they
definitely have the hitters, like you said.
1 or 2 starters that are really, really, really good.
And like you said, before we cut the cameras on, all they do is swing.
Yeah, and they all they do is swing, and they don't strike out.
Right. So, and then the third game we had the Padres versus the Mets.
Yes,
I picked the Mets in this.
I was hyped for this one.
I forgot you had that World Series bet.
Yeah, I have a bet.
Because normally you would go for the Mets.
Yeah, I would go for New York. Let's just get it right. Go for New York.
Yeah.
But I do have a bet that the Padres will win the World Series, but this was prior to Tatis getting
suspension, right? And outright, Max Scherzer had a terrible game in Game 1.
The worst game in his career.
Worst game, he's the second pitcher in MLB history to give up 7 runs and 4 home runs in a wild card in the postseason game. It looked bad. I've never seen it because he was so enforcing in the World Series against the Nationals. I mean, for the Nationals.
For the Nationals, yep. Even with the Dodgers, like when he
even with the Dodgers, right? So I did not expect him to. They were swinging the bat like crazy. Pretty much everybody got a home run.
Because to me, this is where they messed up. So the Mets, to me, they don't know who the number 1 pitcher is. And I know, I've been saying this for years, the best pitcher in the world is Jacob deGrom.
Wow.
If he is healthy, you place him game 1. The game 1,
so you would have switched it?
I would have switched it if I was Mets
manager.
coach.
Yeah.
Because you need to, if you're the home team, you need to win game 1. It's like unwritten rule in baseball because you got to work little bit harder to win game 2. The more pressure is on the home team to win game 2.
Right.
Now, game 1 in a 7-game series is really not that important.
Yeah.
But in a 3-game series,
it sets the tone.
It sets the tone, and pretty much who wins game 1 is going to win the whole thing.
Right.
Statistically speaking, even though this is the first time.
The format has been. Yeah.
But even if you look at the regular season, whoever wins the first game of a 3-game series is most likely going to win the series.
Yeah.
2 out of 3.
And now, to your credit, DeGrom saved him in game 2.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, DeGrom's aggressiveness, his pitching style, I'm not saying that Scherzer has the same mentality, but in terms of coaching, if you see that Scherzer, I understand he's Scherzer, but he's human. Right. He's struggling. I would have took him out as soon as he would have gave up the second home run. That's it. No, the bullpen is going to win this for us.
And
that's it.
I don't know exactly what happened. Well, I know that the Padres handled their business in game 3, which was unfortunate.
There was a controversial check for substances. You know,
Stick on that a little bit.
So Buck came up, and to throw the Padres off their game, he called for a check, which is where they check the pitcher and make sure he's not using anything to like grip the baseball. So Jose Monroe, I think his name is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. His ears were red, and so that kind of flared a red flag. Like, oh, why is his ears red?
Right.
Reportedly, before each pitching game that he knows he's gonna pitch, he puts on red hot, which is like it's uncomfortable. But like it gets him going.
Okay, so it's like
a ritual thing.
Yeah, okay.
So he did that, 1, to throw them off the game, and 2, to see if he was using something. And he wasn't using anything. Right. They checked his ears and everything. Yeah, they couldn't find him. After that, it was like you put a mold in his back.
Right.
So the man strikes out the side, comes out, is taunting you, checks his ear, is pointing at you.
And so
it shows that the Mets were desperate.
Yeah,
you know
it benefits Padres. And
you kind of give them a fuel. And don't get me wrong, the Padres are a dangerous team. Even without Tatis, they have pretty much everybody else who can hit.
Right.
So this really looks bad for the Mets.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, obviously, you probably need more pitching help. Like, you never could go bad getting more pitching. But in terms of offense, it's just like.
But they definitely have an ultimate 1-2 punch. If Matt Scherzer can return back to his prime days.
Yeah, and I think Max is dealing with an injury that he's not saying.
Right, that too.
It looks like
the commentators said that during the series.
His form doesn't look like Scherzer.
Right, and in the last game we had the Phillies versus the Cardinals. I really wanted the Cardinals to win this.
Like, this one was really
And the first game is 0-0 all the way up into the bottom of the 7th, and somebody from the Cardinals
your closer
hits a 2-run homer.
2-run homer. The rookie, pitch hit rookie, 2-run homer.
Thank you.
Clutch.
Now all you gotta do is just close it out in the next 2 innings.
You pretty much wrap.
8th inning went by smoothly. By the top of the 9th, they got 1 out. Easy. I said, okay. Cool.
Bring in your closer.
All of a sudden. Oh, so that wasn't the closer.
No,
who was walking?
Yes. The 1 out, that was the closer. They brought him for the 9th.
Yeah.
Call the closer in for the 9th. You get the 1 out.
Right. You get the 1 out, and then all of a sudden, walk. Bryce Harper got walked. And now I'm thinking, okay, the bases are loaded. You only got 1 out. What is going on here? Then
you hope for a double play.
The 4th pitcher gets hit by a pitch. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, no, when I saw that, I thought it was pretty much a wrap. I was like,
and I'm like, yo. And then they just started getting hits
after hits.
And they scored 6 runs in 1 inning.
And then all
from the down 2-0.
Yep.
And it just got out of hand. So I was like, okay. Cool.
See, but
I don't know what happened.
Coaching.
So did they not have their closer in, or did they have a reserve?
The closer was in. Okay, the closer didn't do his freaking job.
Okay.
Okay, he didn't do his job. If you see he's struggling, take him out, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Break somebody who could do something.
Now I get it because the first 10 pitches he got the first out. So you're thinking, all right, cool, get a little power up or a ground ball.
Yeah, no, like you leave him in, give him the benefit of the doubt.
But bro,
like,
once
come on,
the
bro,
bases
like
are
you're
loaded,
down 2-1.
And you just hit the 4th pitcher to bring in somebody from 3rd.
See, the thing is, I feel like managers for these 3-game series, new thing, they got comfortable. And I'm leaning. It's just like last year, you would have brought somebody in.
Right, because you only got one game.
Because you only got one game, you got to win.
Yeah.
So I was sad about this one.
And
mainly,
then in the second game, I don't really know what happened. It kind of looked like it just got out of hand.
Yeah, it was pretty much wrapped. Bryce Harper, home run.
Bryce Harper got a home run. And
the pitching was good enough to do the job.
Albert Pujols got a hit, so I'm happy about that. But I would have liked to seen the Cardinals be the Cardinals again back from 2011. Side note, I don't know a lot about teams' history like that, except for the Yankees in terms of who has the most World Series. I did not know the Cardinals had like the second most World Series.
Yeah, no, the Cardinals are
behind the Yankees, so they're
a story. They're like the Celtics of
basketball.
Oh, basketball, yeah.
So that's
it's sad, you know, and I got like not hatred. I don't like using that word, but I don't like Bryce Harper.
Yeah, he don't like Bryce Harper as much as I don't like.
You see, guys, how like
Chris
Eli
Paul.
doesn't like Chris Paul, and he just doesn't like Chris Paul for whatever reason known to man.
Yeah,
this is exactly how I feel about Bryce Harper. I just feel like it's just I look at him, he's okay play. Like to me, he's overrated. It's just like
I wouldn't be mad at you saying that.
So that's why I didn't want the Phillies to win because of that. And on top of that, you eliminate my guy, Albert Pujols.
Right, yeah.
So he's like, come on.
And that's my guy that like bro.
So
that hurt, but
it just hurt.
And the catcher, that was his final.
And the catcher, his final thing, and the pitcher, and Wayne White. Come on, bro. So, like history, you're ruining history.
You know, and
but it's all about the manager. I'm blaming every loss.
On the manager.
On the manager so far. Like, it's like for a game or close game.
I mean,
like
your team still has to perform now.
What do you mean?
Your team still has to go out there and perform, so it's not all on the manager.
Yes. But like, there's in baseball, it's pretty much like egos. Egos
and
away.
Strategy. I will admit.
You follow the numbers. In the postseason, you gotta throw numbers away.
I will admit.
Because there's a difference between a postseason player, a clutch player, and a non-clutch player. And in the postseason, that's where the clutch players show up.
Right. And real quick, honorable mentions. In the second round starts today. Phillies beat the Braves 7-6. It was pretty much the Braves had to come back from behind and try to close it out. They couldn't, so they're down one game. And the Mariners, right before we left, it was 7-3.
7-3.
They're up by 4.
Up by 4. I think it's the 5th, 6th inning.
Oh, about the 8th inning now.
I'm Seattle all the way, bro. It's everybody except Phillies and Astros. I just don't like that shit.
Real quick, let's just make our predictions. Who we have in the
Okay, so we have the Yankees and the Guardians. I got the Yankees, obviously.
How many games?
I'm gonna push it to 6, just because Cleveland's pitching is phenomenal.
No, only go to 5.
Oh, right. Never mind. I'm gonna push it to. I'm gonna give it game 5, honestly.
Okay.
I'm not a believer in our offense. Like, if Judge is trash, then we're pretty much trash.
Right. Okay. Phillies, Braves.
Phillies, Braves. I got
Same thing. I'll pick Yankees 2-1.
Okay.
Or 3-1. I'm sorry. 3-1.
Okay. I got the Braves.
I'm gonna take
3-1.
I know I'm late. I'm gonna probably take Philly to pull this out.
Really? Okay. Are you just going against me because I don't like Bryce Harper?
No. I mean, they already got a 1-0 lead, so I'm going to just jump on the bandwagon real quick and just ride it.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Seattle Mariners against Houston 2-1.
Yeah, I'm with you there, too. I think it's going to go to game 5, though.
2-1. Oh, I'm sorry, 3-1. And then I'm going to take the Padres over the Dodgers. Dodgers always worry me in the second round. Too. I'm taking Padres 3-1 against 5 games against.
Yeah, 5 games too.
The Dodgers.
All of these are gonna be close, which is good for baseball.
Yeah. So, yes, sir.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So we had a London game. What's going on, bruv?
Oh, bruv. What's up, bruv?
Giants versus Packers.
Don't judge our London
accents.
Were terrible. We just love the show Top Boy, and I love London.
And
I've been there. I love London people are fire.
Yes. We had the Giants versus the Packers. That score was 27-22. Josh Daniels had 217 yards, but really, Saquon Barkley carried the team on his back.
Yeah, I'm surprised he came back in the game because he had like a hamstring injury shoulder injury. Sorry.
And Aaron Rodgers put up 222 yards and 2 touchdowns, but it wasn't enough. They should have ran it on 3rd and 2 in the final fourth quarter right there, but they didn't.
Yeah. And
I
agree with you there.
They're 3-2. Giants are looking like they're 4-1.
Is it believe? I
don't know if I can believe
they're beating who they're facing, but it's just like we saw them against the Cowboys. Didn't look pretty.
Right. There's a lot more games left, but I'm excited about clap it up for the Giants.
Yeah, clap it up for the Giants. This is fire. New York, bro. New York, and the Jets are like.
And y'all know
the Jets aren't an easy L this year either.
Yeah. They put up a fight too. So yeah, congrats. This is looking bad for. Not bad for the Packers, but it's looking shaky for both Aaron Rodgers and you know.
You could clearly see that the offense wasn't really there. There was a lot of
and his chemistry with the team is not there.
Yeah, his accuracy was a little bit off. I don't know if that was like the time difference, the weather. I don't know. There were a lot of drop passes. There were a lot of like deflected passes, like out of bounds. Like it just looked messy.
Yeah.
What I like about the Giants is if you keep the game close for them.
And that defense,
they keep it. You know what I mean? Their offense is good enough to drive around the field, eat enough time. Because the drive where Saquon scored, they took the entire third to fourth quarter.
And Daniel Jones was doing just enough to keep his team afloat.
Yeah, no. Shout out to Daniel. He had blood
on his hand. Yeah.
And playing at the same time, which is kind of crazy, but
yeah, and now that NFC East division is very, very tight.
Yep.
So the second game we had was Cowboys versus the Rams. That was 22-10. Cooper Rush is 5-0 as a starter now.
Yes, I got this right.
And Stanford is looking real Detroit-like. Detroit-like. He got one touchdown, one interception.
He looks bad.
In the fourth quarter, he's had 4 interceptions and no touchdowns.
Terrible.
So,
I don't care what you do in the first 3 quarters. If you cannot perform in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and the defense is looking
pretty
solid.
Okay,
I think they're
not getting blown out.
Right, they're not getting blown, and I think eventually it's gonna tighten up as the weeks go along. But if that offense, and you got too many weapons on that offense.
Yeah, come on, bro. Throw the ball to anybody except Cooper Kupp. At least half.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't throw the ball to Cooper Kupp because you got those.
And Robinson, I thought he was gonna be the second string.
He is.
And he ain't really.
But they just don't. Part of it is him not getting separation from the defense, and part of it too is Matthews not throwing the ball to his direction.
Right.
At least give him a chance.
I'm also had to drop a bomb to the fact that there might be some controversy going on with Dak and Cooper Rush. I don't really think so. I'm just playing. I don't really think so. I think
you pay Dak that money, you got it.
But the fact that Cooper Rush has been 5-0, 4-0, I think this season as a starter, I believe so.
I think it might. If they bring Dak in, it might mess up the flow.
It might mess up the flow. But for their offense to work this season, it's been about 50-50, 50% passing and 50% running because they have Elliott and that backup running back. Forgot his name at the time.
Paulo. Tony Paulo.
Yeah. Yes.
Pollard.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. He and is giving them a good power speed running back combo. And once again,
because both of them could go for 100 yards.
Right.
If Pollard goes for 100 and change, Zeke has a silent 70.
80, yeah. 80. Or 80, right.
You know what I mean? And it throws and it gives it open to the pass.
But once again, big time win. You went into Dallas. You went into the Rams Stadium and won.
Was it? So isn't it rumored to Dak is going to come back next week or this week?
They're trying.
They're pushing it back because they're successful.
They're hopeful that it's this week against the Eagles, but if not, definitely next week after the Eagles.
Okay.
So
because if you use this formula, it's working for Cooper Rush.
Right.
Just implement this with Dak. And I don't know.
But most of the time, the reason why it works is because it's 2 different style quarterbacks.
No, but they play similar. Dak stays in the pocket, Cooper Rush stays in the pocket.
True.
The majority of the time.
Real quick, CeeDee Lamb, step out, because you've been looking real shaky.
He's been looking all right.
5 weeks. Anyway, the third game we have is the Ravens versus the Bengals. This is a great divisional game. I heard
about this one too.
About with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Joe Burrow marched all the way down the field and scored a touchdown because they were down by 16-17, and they needed a touchdown. They got that touchdown, and with 2 minutes left, in the shotgun, Lamar was about to hand it off, and then at the last second he pulled it back, and he just ran up the gut while the defense was running. While the defense was moving back. So he ran right past the defense, got them into field goal range, and kicked the field goal for the win.
That's fine. And Justin Tucker, he's not going to miss.
Yeah, Justin Tucker's not going to miss. So that's a big-time win for the Ravens. They needed this more than the Bengals. Bengals kind of had that hangover, Super Bowl hangover like the Rams do. Even though they lost.
Yeah, but they're a little bit more competitive in terms of, like, showing up and scoring and everything than the Rams are right now.
Right.
I'm surprised you picked the Bengals to win this.
I only picked. The reason why I picked the Bengals is because the Ravens had blown
their defense
3-point touchdown leads.
Yeah. But that goes to show, like, if you give the ball to Lamar,
right,
with like 2 minutes left, he's gonna do something.
Right. And so big time win for the Ravens. And the last game we had was the Chiefs versus the Raiders. This was a great game. Chiefs were down.
I thought it was gonna be like. I thought it was going to be, like, close. No, I thought it was going to be, like, more of a defensive game than it was an offensive game. Because the Raiders have been so bad on offense.
Right. All I know is the Chiefs were down 17-0. And they got a touchdown, then they got a field goal, then they went to halftime, got the ball out of halftime, scored a touchdown again. Now they're down by 3. Or, yeah.
Oh, they're up by 3.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Raiders also got a field goal before they had service. 20-10.
Okay. So
they got a touchdown, down by 3, got a stop. And then, side note, how are you going to call a roughing the passer on Chris Jones when it was clearly a fumble, sack, and recovery? Anyway, y'all going to have to review those two. And the one against Tom Brady.
The Tom Brady.
Y'all going to have to review those two.
Because Tom, I'm disappointed.
Because now it's looking like defensive backs can't tackle quarterbacks anymore. Like a full-on sack.
Do you think it's a Tua effect? It might be a little Tua effect.
But, bro, a sack is a sack. And especially if I get the ball, whatever. Anyway, that happens. Cool. Long story short, they're down by 7, talking about the Raiders. And Derek Carr bombs it to Davante Adams. And he had his hand up, too. He was like, yo, I'm open. Like, throw it. Caught it. Boom. They decide. It's now 29-30. All they got to do, in my opinion, is go for the extra point, trust your defense, and hope.
Which is pretty good.
Right. And hope with 4 minutes left, you don't give up any major.
But it's Patrick Mahomes.
I know, but still, just try. Anyway, they decided to go for a 2-point conversion. They don't get that. So now, they get the ball back to Patrick Mahomes. They get a good 3-and-out. It was 4th and 2. I thought that they should have gone for it on 4th down. Andy Reid was like, no, we'll punt it. Because we trust our defense. And we know Derek Carr eventually is going to mess up. And marching down the field, he throws a 15-yard pass to Davante Adams. It was a tippy-toe type catch, but he didn't have the ball in his hands. So it was an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
And then on 4th and 1, don't tell me why. All of a sudden, it's a Hail Mary about route. You know how it's, trying to get into field goal. Because once you get into field goal range, it's over. Somehow, Davante Adams and Hunter bump into each other. And the game's over. Most crazy game I've ever seen. I don't know who to really...
In terms of defense or in terms of, like...
Well, in terms of offense...
Still, to this day, the craziest game I've seen was the Chiefs-Buffalo game.
Yeah. No, I'm just in terms of, like, a lot of ups and downs. That's what I mean in terms of crazy game.
Got you.
And I don't know...
crazy game of this year. Because I feel like this game has been the craziest game of the year.
Of the year. Just because of a lot of ups and downs. And once again, I'm going to blame Hunter because where are you going? I know where I'm going. I'm Davante Adams. I know where my route is.
Yeah, he's the best. He's one of the, if not the best route runner in the game right now. So.
Then I watched the tape and they said that because of the press, like the cornerback was up on him.
Yeah, it was
he
one-on-one.
jumped late on the snap. So it kind of forced him to collide. Anyway, Chiefs got away with a win. Week 6.
I'm a little surprised by this because as the Raiders now, do you think they got a chance to like try to get a 500?
Yeah, I don't see it happen. You're 1-4, and it's just
it depends on their schedule, but I still want to give them like a slight hope, a slight chance that they can at least get a 500, and after you get 500, you assess what you need to do to like make it to the wild card at this point.
Right, at this point, yeah. All right, well, week 6 predictions.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Alrighty, we have our week 6 predictions. What is the score? 30. Okay, sorry.
Oh, Fredy is in the lead.
Freddie's in the lead.
Bomb that, you know, give me this up the clap. This probably, if not the only time I'm gonna be in the lead. I'm not gonna lie, but it feels good because I was shocked myself.
He has 33. I have 31. My dad has 30. So
yeah,
it's a tight.
You know, I think I figured out the trick. I gotta pick some with you, but the ones I don't pick with you, I need to win. That's how I will beat you.
All right. Well, we'll see. First game, Dad's favorite team, of course. We had the Jets versus the Packers in Green Bay. Who you got?
See, part of me wants to pick the Jets really, really, really bad. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna pick the Jets really, really, really bad.
Okay.
Because the Jets are flowing and they're not an easy L.
Like
they might pull this out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And they put numbers up against Miami.
Yeah.
Last week. I'm gonna take the Packers. I think they're bounced back.
But they lost against Miami, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. They beat Miami. It was 40-17.
Oh, right. They beat Miami, and then I lost that game.
Right.
Because I picked Miami.
Yeah. I'm taking the Packers. Got me? Okay. I'm taking the Packers.
I'm taking it. So this improves my chance because they beat Miami.
Second game, we had Thursday night, Commanders versus Bears. I can't believe I'm saying their name now.
Yes. You just get used to it. This game is probably going to be boring.
It is.
In terms of scoring and
Very
defense.
much is. I'm going to take the Bears.
Take the Bears.
We're both going to take the Bears.
Okay, yeah, just because I can't pick.
49ers versus Falcons, 49ers. I'm taking the 49ers. No
let me get the Falcons. This is a little oddball right here.
What?
I know it's a what, but it's a what. But they're probably pissed about this call, and it was really close. And I don't really believe in 49ers offense. Yeah.
Fine. Patriots versus Browns. I'm gonna take.
This was tough too. Damn.
Who you gonna take? I gotta go over here.
What? Why are you trying to out strategy me, bro? Stick to your plan. No. Oh my god. I'm gonna pick the Patriots for this, just because.
Okay, good. Okay.
The Browns are a little iffy.
Okay.
They messed me up last week.
Okay. I'm gonna take.
I'm gonna pick the Browns.
I'm gonna pick the Browns. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Browns. I'm gonna pick the Browns.
Yeah, all
right.
Come on, Patriots. Come on.
Jaguars versus Colts. This is a divisional game. Both teams need to win.
Colts are terrible right now. So I'm probably gonna pick the Jaguars.
I'm gonna take the Colts. I'm gonna take the Jaguars. Well, we got 3 games against each other.
This is good. This is good.
This is good. Okay.
Because Indianapolis, they did pull out the win against Denver, but Denver is terrible.
Yeah, but so is Jaguars. Jaguars only has 6 points.
No, but the Jaguars are competitive at least.
We'll see. Vikings versus Dolphins. I'm taking the Vikings.
I'm gonna take the Vikings too. This is rare that I'm going against Miami, but y'all don't got Tua, bro.
We good with the. All right. Bengals versus Saints. I'm gonna take Saints. Got a big win against Seattle.
Oh, this one's hard. Damn.
I'm gonna take the Saints. In New Orleans, I'm gonna take the Saints. Go for the Bengals.
You know what? Let me just go for the Bengals.
Okay, so you're gonna go with the Bengals.
Because I don't know. The Saints are to me. They're good, but it's just when I need you to be good, you're not.
Okay, we have the Ravens versus the Giants.
Giants.
I'm gonna go for the Ravens. I think.
This
is gonna be
will define who is gonna win this.
Yeah.
I love how we talk about this that is not involved.
Right.
That is up in our heels.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Ravens with that.
I'm gonna take the Giants. I'm on this Giants wave.
Bengals, Steelers. Bengals, Steelers. I'm gonna take the Buccaneers.
You mean Bucks Steelers?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Bucks.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm taking the Bucks. The Steelers are terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Buccaneers. Panthers, Rams.
The Panthers are worse than the Rams.
Yeah.
And they just fired their head coach.
Rams, yes, absolutely. Cardinals, Seahawks. Who you got?
Cardinals.
I'm gonna take the Seattle Seahawks.
Cardinals, because I picked Seahawks last week.
I know.
And they did not come through.
Side note, I think the
Wait, isn't Hopkins back?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think he's back this week because it's week 6.
Side note, the team that you picked last week has a bye week. The Lions.
Yeah, I'm not picking the Lions anymore.
The Lions have a bye week.
I'm done.
And last week games, real quick. Bills, Chiefs. Who you got?
Damn, I'm gonna go for the redemption. Let me go with the Bills.
I'm gonna go for the Chiefs.
I'm gonna go for the Chiefs. But I wouldn't be shocked if you take this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the Chiefs.
Because y'all on fire.
Chiefs are crazy right now.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Eagles. I'm going for the Cowboys.
I'm going for the Eagles. Damn. Okay, hold on. The undefeated season.
The undefeated streak is gonna end with the Cowboys.
I'm shocked right now because typically I pick this. I pick like the crazy ones.
Right.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles just because I feel like they have enough firepower to like withhold
and Monday night
the Cowboys.
Right. And Monday night we had the Broncos versus the Chargers. I'm going for the Chargers.
You said Broncos Chargers?
Yeah.
Okay. I blinked out for a second. I'm gonna go with the Chargers because the Broncos are just terrible.
All right, those are our week picks.
Yes.
Week 6 picks.
Yep.
Mom, real quick, how many numbers we going against each other with that one?
I think a 5 or 6. Yeah, Dad will make his picks. Soon.
Okay, we got 9 games.
I'm telling you, this is gonna be
okay.
Hopefully, Dad sides more with me, because this means that like me and Dad gonna be right there, and then you're gonna go to the bottom.
We'll see.
But we'll see.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
NBA news, only news that really matters.
This was fire.
Which was Draymond.
It's only fire because I know I like negativity. I'm negativity.
I'm kind of the same way, but I'm on a different side. This one is not this one.
Because we don't see this. Like,
I'm upset. Draymond punched.
And this is bad for your team.
Let me tell the story.
Y'all are not going to win the chip this year because of this. I guarantee you right now.
You are so hyped on the story.
Right now. Okay, go to the story.
Go ahead, tell the story, buddy.
Okay, so reportedly, by the great Adrian Wojnarowski and many others in ESPN.
Also TMZ News.
Also TMZ. Draymond Green went crazy and punched Jordan Poole. This is confirmed because there is a video that we see him punch and basically knock out Jordan Poole. It looked like Street Fighter.
No, it didn't look like Street Fighter.
Nah, it looked like a sucker punch.
It definitely was a sucker punch. It looked like a big brother, little brother
Yeah,
fight.
he was. Jordan Poole was not ready.
Yeah.
But, mind you do initiate the push, you got to be ready.
Yeah.
That's just like ethics of life.
Yeah.
You started, you got to be ready to swing. But this is confirmed later on.
How do you feel about it?
Draymond has reported he has left the team for a few weeks to regather himself. Yeah. He has apologized to Jordan Poole.
They haven't spoken since the incident.
But he has apologized publicly.
He has apologized publicly.
How do I feel about this? This is great for 3 reasons. A, negativity we never see. Mm-hmm. 2, the Warriors are not going to win the NBA championship.
Did you have them winning them this year anyway? I mean, next year anyway?
No, I didn't. But this confirms even more. I'll be shocked if y'all win with this controversy. Okay. Because this is worse than the Kevin Durant, Draymond beef.
I will agree.
And 3, this means that the rock, basically, of your organization, Draymond Green, which is kind of keeps everything together, is the battery, energizer.
He's the bouncer to the club.
Yeah. He's gone. That's it. This is contract year.
So he gets traded.
No. He either gets traded, which I doubt that happens.
Right.
Or he's going to walk free agency.
Right. After the season.
Multiple people like Stephen A. has confirmed that this could be the tipping point. Let's say he's done.
Right.
The only way he probably stays is for Clay and Steph back him, and then Poole leaves because Poole has not signed the extension.
Right. But if he does sign the extension, it's no question Draymond leaves.
Yes. And then, mind you, he's 30. He's about to be 32.
Right.
Just
33.
33.
Yeah.
He's at the tail end of his career almost. You haven't really got the big bucks paid. You could probably go to a Milwaukee or a team like that, or like the Lakers. There's rumors that the Lakers want him.
Right.
Go with LeBron because he's friends with LeBron. Kind of get your bag, but at the same time win without Steph and Curry. Clay and Curry.
Mm-hmm. Is it my turn to talk?
But yeah, this is yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hyped for this.
All right. My turn.
The stage is yours, sir.
I am highly disappointed in Draymond Green. He knows better than that. Being a 4-time champion and being with this team for so long. Also, he cost Golden. You can 100% say he cost Golden State 2 championships. One being in 2016 with the suspension of Game 5, and 2 with the argument with Kevin Durant, and along with the injuries, along with that. Coming off of a championship parade and celebration,
you would think. But I feel like if Kevin Durant was healthy and Clay would have went down for the Toronto series, I feel like y'all still would have lost. But that's just my opinion. Go ahead.
With Kevin Durant healthy and
without Clay. Because I feel like Clay was guarding Kawhi. But that's another argument for another time.
Yeah. But he knows better than this, and you would think coming off of a championship parade and celebration,
there's no beef. Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. Everybody's chill. I do think the fact that he didn't get the contract extension does play somewhat of a part. I'm not saying a part of the altercation. I'm just saying a part of frustration.
You thinking about both of them, or I just want to know why? Like, where did this beef come from?
And it looked like, if you watch the video, it looked like Poole didn't say something outrageous that.
Well, we just see like the.
That forced Draymond. No, even like, because if it was, it would have been like, yo, Poole, you out of pocket. You could have
seen them arguing or whatever.
Right. And then you could have seen everybody go to Poole, like, yo, you was out of pocket.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know if they were like arguing prior. We don't know. But whoever leaked this video, A, great job. You probably risked your job for this. And 2, you probably gonna get fired if they figure out it was you.
And I think most likely it's gonna force, after the opening week of the NBA, it's gonna force Golden State to trade Draymond to the Lakers. We get Miles Turner and somebody else.
We don't even have Miles Turner.
No, I'm talking about it's gonna be a 3-year trade. Watch this.
Watch this. Yo, you're like that now. You're trying to make.
I know. Draymond's gonna go to the Lakers. He has a 2-year contract on his deal. We're gonna get Miles Turner and a white boy shooter. I forgot his name. Doesn't matter. And Westbrook is gonna go to the Pacers and a 1st-round draft pick, and then boom, we all happy. Draymond goes to the Lakers.
Draymond has a year left in his contract.
No, he has to opt in. He can opt in.
He has an opt-in. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So everybody's happy, and that'd be it. Because I guarantee you, it's getting to the point. See, Golden State now has a valid reason to move Draymond without paying him that extension that he wants. So whoever leaked it did that on purpose. But we don't know
whose fault this is.
It was like on a court.
On the court, yeah.
It was an open court.
There was like
scrimmage.
practicing and scrimmage in the court.
Yeah. It was private. That's why.
Yeah, it was private. That's why they're saying whoever leaked the video is probably going to get fired for that.
Yeah.
Because they were not supposed to.
Side note, it doesn't look like it was a video coordinator because it looks like it was on a phone. Like that audio.
No, the quality looks terrible.
Right. If it was a video coordinator, it would look like a.
Honestly, I think there's a conspiracy behind it. I think the Warriors leaked this on purpose so that they wouldn't pay Draymond.
Yes.
That's just another
Draymond did that so he can get to the Lakers.
Yeah, but why would the Lakers, you know what I mean?
Right, but here's the thing. He knows there's only one other team I would play for and one other player I would play for.
But he's not getting that. If he goes to the Lakers, you're not getting max dollars.
He's not, but he can. But here's the thing.
He can still compete for a championship. He's not.
Him and LeBron both have 2 years on contract. They both only have 2 more years. Yeah. So once both of their contracts expire, they can both go to separate ways.
Yeah. So, but he's not getting.
But I do think it's done. I mean, either they keep Draymond the whole year and try to give one more push. But I think after the opening week and after he gets his 4th championship ring, they're gonna trade him.
I think. I want 1 or 2 things I need to know. Why this altercation happened? Like what was the root of the issue? Because y'all just won a championship. Like you said, everyone is supposed to be quote unquote happy. We won a chip. Let's run it back. 2 is whoever leaked the video
gets fired. Yeah, we talked about that.
You should probably find another job. Go somewhere else.
But it wasn't a video coordinator. I guarantee that.
We don't know that, but you know.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So it is allegedly that Saweetie. Well, no. Let me give you a whole breakdown.
I always thought his name was Saweetie.
Quavo and Takeoff dropped the song, and Quavo mentions that Saweetie smashed somebody in the crew behind his back. We also know who's missing from the Migos, which is Offset. So it's rumored and allegedly that Saweetie smashed Offset behind the scenes, and he got kicked out. And yeah,
why are you saying like he got kicked out? Like okay,
because it was strictly because of that. And then he even says, anyway, listen to the song if you want to know the whole context. But listen, it was rumored that was the reason why the Migos broke up, and that was pretty much somewhat confirmed through the song. It was called Messy. It dropped last Friday.
Their album dropped, Quavo and Takeoff.
But the single, but the song on the album.
The song that's getting the most traction.
Right. Now. I told you this 2 weeks ago, and you didn't want to believe me.
I don't believe you. Cardi.
Note,
the only reason I don't believe you is because of Cardi. Cardi would have said something. She would have went crazy. We would have known about this already.
Or he's cheated on her 6 or 7 times, and at this point, she don't care.
Well, we don't know that.
Dude, he has publicly 100% cheated on her 6 or 7 times. That's not even like a rumor. That's a fact.
Okay, they probably got over that.
Okay.
And this one, you think because there's a difference. You cheating on me. These girls are not famous. I could kind of like outdo them. Mm-hmm. But this girl's famous. Like they're both famous.
Yeah, they're both famous, yes.
So like, you're making me look even worse.
Okay, but what if she deep down knows it's true, but in her subconscious, she tries to act like...
Okay, we don't know that. We need that Cardi to drop the album. Cardi drop the album.
To act like it's not. Like it's a trauma block.
Listen, I think, this is my opinion about this, Quavo, Takeoff, they just said it to make it trendy.
So I know Quavo said that it wasn't because of the contract disputes in an interview.
I think it's 100% because of the contracts. Offset wasn't getting paid. He wanted his masters. You kind of have Cardi on your side. You don't really need to be in the Migos no more. Cardi is bigger than the Migos, like in terms of like sales and all that stuff. Just make an album with Cardi and you're fine.
Okay. Well, listen. All I know is I live for this type of information. I like it. I'm not surprised by it. I just like it because it just gives me attention.
Do you think Offset is going to respond?
He might in subliminal actions.
And I'm talking about like song. I don't need you to respond on Twitter.
No. He might drop a little subliminal stuff, but we'll see. In other news, during the game of the Chiefs and Raiders, after the game, Davante Adams pushes a photographer who kind of got in his way, exiting the stadium, and he is now, the photographer is, I believe, pressing charges.
All right, let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. That's good.
Yeah,
more people should do this when they get run over by
I'm not gonna hold you. I wouldn't ask for a lot of money if I was the photographer.
Nah, I just need like.
But I would definitely act like.
I need something.
I would definitely sell it.
Cause it's not. You shouldn't push me. I don't care who you are. Don't push me. Yeah. Don't push me. That's it.
So the photographer.
Like I'm doing my job. I'm supposed to record your reaction, your frustration. I'm supposed to show that to the world.
Side note, to Davante Adams' credit,
yeah, he did apologize.
He did apologize. A heartfelt apology. He knows what he did was wrong. He was just frustrated because of how the game ended.
Because they 1-4, but that's not the photographer's fault.
Right. So, but me and you both agree the photographer.
Nah, he did an amazing job. Amazing job. And you don't even have to like. Don't go for Adams directly. Like just go for the organization.
Okay.
I mean, you might have to go for Adams directly because if you go for the organization, they might like just let you go.
But I would ask for 5 M's. I'm just saying. I would just.
$5 million or $5K?
No, $5 million.
Oh no, that's a lot. It's just a little push.
I'm gonna sell it. He broke my whole. He broke my whole.
You need to have like surgery.
No, he broke my whole upper body. I can only move my fingers.
You know they can prove that, right?
It'll be fine. I'll sell it. Okay.
No, I'm thinking like a couple thousand, like 5, 10.
No, I need M's.
I'm trying. You're water right now.
I need M's.
That's all. That's a lot. That's a lot.
But Friday they dropped the Redeem Team. This was the U.S.
Netflix
Olympics.
I have not watched it.
2008.
I was busy being
Kobe,
toys.
Chris Paul, Jason Kidd, LeBron, D-Wade, Kobe. What did I mention? Carmelo. That whole squad.
Yeah.
I didn't know Dwight Howard was on that team. Shout out to Dwight Howard for that. And basically, they were going through the trials and stipulations of they kept losing. They lost twice. They lost in 2004 to, I believe, Spain or either one of those teams, and then they lost again in 2006. But in 2006, the camaraderie was there. They just kind of fell a little short. So then in 2008, they bring in Kobe. Kobe was going through a lot of off-the-court issues at this time. And
you wasn't showing me in the gym?
Right. And then...
that song is still phenomenal.
He had just lost to the Boston Celtics in the finals.
Right.
So he was having...
He had the fuel.
Yeah. And so... but it shows... One, it shows how important the Olympics are for the U.S. of A. I know how I said
US of A.
Yeah, I know.
Proper.
I apologize. But it shows you how important and how the camaraderie and why it was so important for them to win the gold that year. Mm-hmm. Just the trials, like the struggles.
It just looks bad.
Right.
Like we're supposed to be basketball dominant.
Right. And credit to, and it just shows respect of your opponents across from you. Even though they're not Americans, they still play hard and tough it out.
This is how they, get their name out. Because a lot of scouts, they watch.
Right.
They watch these things. They watch the
Olympics. And this is why they always kind of draft them higher than American players sometimes.
Right. What did you overall think of it? Do you think...
I thought it was... I thought it was a great documentary.
Did do a good job?
Yeah, no, they definitely did.
They dropped the ball.
No. They definitely did a great job. Definitely give it about 4 stars. Like solid.
Okay, so 4 to 5. Okay,
4 to 5.
What do you think is missing? That's a better question.
No, nothing much. It just kind of, like knowing what we know now, it kind of just hurts seeing Kobe.
It kind of just re-establishes.
It just re-establishes how great that team was, how great the chemistry was, but it also just hurts watching Kobe on the screen. Right, because of what we know now. But it also shows too how they had to get along with Kobe because Kobe was a loner and he didn't really care about no other. Like, I can tell now after the Olympics, he was a lot more closer with D-Wade, LeBron, and Melo.
So, right, so it's the more human side of Kobe. Right. Okay, that's fire.
Yeah.
The only thing I would like for them to do is to show me
the 2012.
2012 Kobe versus Kyrie because I know they have footage of that. I know they have footage of the entire scrimmage. One-on-one game they had. Right. We know Kobe won. But it's just to see how good Kyrie was at the time as a rookie. Yeah. And this is childhood, like...
Idol, yeah.
The idol, you know what I mean? That would have been nice.
Yeah. All right, guys. We are out of here. We love you.
Yes.
This is the Disabled Disabled podcast. I'm your host, Eli. Co-host, Fredy.
Yes, we're 4 for 4.
We are 4 for 4, man.
We're Jay-Z.
And, yeah, I don't know who
I don't know.
I'm Kanye. I'm sorry. I'm Kanye. Yeah, I'm Kanye. I'll see you guys next week.
We're Jay-Z as in, like, the 4 for 4 album.
No, well, you said Jay-Z. I'm Kanye.
All right, get it right. You sure you want to be Kanye right now?
Yeah, he's still great.
You still
separate the person from his.
Listen, I'm done.
His music.
I'm done.
That's it. Nah, but seriously, we love you. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification.
Peace.
And follow us on socials. All right.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is able with your host Eli and Fredy. So put your hands